Hey, what's up everybody? We on the beat again talking about the music here, hanging out with the legendary, self-proclaimed Mouth of the South, WWE Hall of Famer, Memphis Wrestling legend, Jimmy Hart. Jimmy?
Is this awesome or not? I
Awesome.
feel like the Dick Clark of wrestling. I've been around so many years, man. In music and in wrestling. It's great.
Well, you definitely the man. You the man.
Don't tell Lawler that now.
Well, Lawler has to accept he's the king, but you're the man. So it's
I
two
like
different
it.
titles.
I like
that.
I like it, baby.
You know, Jimmy, on this show we talk about the music, and you're internationally known for your wrestling career and the time that you spent in wrestling. But a lot of people don't really know that you actually started in entertainment through music.
Music. Went to Treadwell High School, and we put a little group together called, well, first we were called the Gents, not the Gentries.
Right.
And then we did that to really get out of our last period study hall.
Right.
And every year at the Mid-South Fair, they have a talent contest. And if you won the talent contest, whether it was a band or individual singer or gospel group or whatever, you got to go and appear on the Ted Mack's Original Amateur Hour, which was really like the very first American Idol many years ago. So, luck would have it, we entered, we won. Make a long story short. We got on the old train up in Jackson, Tennessee, and went down to Miami Beach, the Jackie Gleason Theater. We had won twice on it. We got disqualified the third time because what happened to us, while we were appearing on these shows, there was a guy named George Klein.
Right,
Elvis Presley's good friend. He had a show called Talent Party.
Right?
Yep, from Memphis Talent Party. And all the bands would come into town and play on Talent Party, and then he'd put local groups on every week too. So we were lucky enough to bump into him one night at a barbecue place over on Highland Avenue called Beretta's. And he came in and he said, "You guys are the Gentries." He goes, "A friend of mine named Chip Moman is coming into town. He's going to start a new studio called American Recording Studio over on Chelsea Avenue."
So he actually knew you guys.
Oh yeah, because...
Were you surprised?
Well, around town, because we had a local record, we had a lot of the local followings, and see, George would have all these sock hops. So Tommy Burke and the Counts, the Church Keys, Flash and the Board of Directors, just to mention a few, the Chasers.
Man, you're taking them way, way back.
Oh, I know it. I got that memory, man. No drugs, no liquor. Can you believe this? All my life. So, so that really took place. So he had saw us before play and performed, and he said, "Why don't you go over there to Chip's Moment? I'll call him, cut a little demo for us, and come back. We'll put you on Talent Party." Well, we went over. We cut a song by the Rolling Stones called "Time Is on My Side." Yes, it is.
Everybody remembers that.
You're right. So we cut that, and we're on Talent Party, and we'd gone off to perform on Ted Mack's Original Amateur Hour. So the next thing you know, we cut a little local record called Sometimes, and there was a guy named Roy Mack back in the day on FM. I think it was WMC 56 or something. Heck, I can't remember that part of it. But so every morning, all the records from Memphis would be played, and the kids at school would vote on this. So every day, and from Treadwell High School, the Gentries, the #1 song, "Sometimes I Cry When I'm Lonely." So that picked up some good momentum, and Chips put it out for a single, and it sold pretty good locally. And there was a group here called the Ivanis, and they were kind of a group. They had horns and everything else, and soul singers, and they had cut a slow version of a song called "Keep On Dancing." But their version kind of went dan 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 with saxes dan 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 dan, and it was like "Keep on dancing, woo," kind of like the Isley Brothers. You know, keep on doing the jerk. We speeded it up and went, "Keep on dancing, keep on doing the jerk."
Kind of made it into a dance.
Yeah, right. So all of a sudden, bam, phones ring off the wall. George Klein had us back on Talent Party. In the meantime, we got disqualified for being having I guess we went professional in a roundabout way. Chips went out and got MGM Records to come in, met with him, and they said, "Look, here's what we'll do. We think this could be a hit, but it could be a local hit because these guys are from Memphis, right? And people are buying it here. We'll put it out in Memphis. We're going to put it out in Nashville, Tennessee, which nobody knows them, and we'll put it out in Chattanooga, Tennessee." They put it out, got airplay at all three places. The record became #1 in about 3 weeks, so we got a major record deal. The next thing you know, we're on the road touring. We did the Cavalcade of Stars with Dick Clark. We were on Hullabaloo.
So hold on now.
Yep.
This time you guys were, what year was this, first of all?
Well, this is back 1964, 65.
Okay, so you guys were like
High school.
17, 18
Yep, high
years old?
school. And so all of a sudden we had this regional hit, which became a hit around the country. It's like this little portfolio I gave to you a while ago. This was done by SoundScan, which did it. It says on there, and I'll read it to you if I may. It says, what group in 1965 skyrocketed to fame and sold over 4.5 million singles and albums, which is true.
A lot of records.
You better believe it. Their first million seller, Keep On Dancing, was #1 in England, Japan, and the Philippines, and in the U.S. It was really #4 in the U.S., but eventually did go gold. The Gentrys have toured with the Beach Boys, Chicago, the Doobie Brothers. It didn't say Sonny and Cher, Steppenwolf, the list goes on and on.
Right, right.
They were on Hullabaloo Shindig, Where the Action Is, and American Bandstand twice. The Gentrys in 1971 had more hit records with Why Should I Cry and Cinnamon Girl on the Sun record label. The Gentrys are history, past, present, and future.
No doubt.
And it shows some of our, I'll let him zoom in if
Yeah,
you would
get
like
a shot of that.
Get a good shot. This is 6 of our albums.
But now this one is actually in Japan.
Japan, the Yellow Japan. This was kind of the greatest hits. I don't know how we could have a greatest hits if we only had one hit, but that's what MGM did. Our first Gentry album, this was Gentry time. Then this is when I left and went on the Sun label. Knox Phillips produced us on the Sun label. And this was the album that I put out in Canada only with the WWE, which went gold over there.
Right, right.
But I've got to be honest, 50,000 units sold over there was gold, so I've got to be truthful. A lot of people
But,
say Jimmy
even-
Hart's lips are moving, he's lying, but I'm telling you.
But even at that, in the way that the record industry and with the downloading and CD burning and everything is done, 50,000 records back then was
50,000 records now would be unbelievable,
yeah, would
wouldn't
be
it?
unbelievable.
But that's really what got me into it, and of course, met Jerry the King Lawler, who got me into professional wrestling, of course, and we were talking earlier, the first time I was really on the show, Jerry invited me on to do a concert at the Mid-South Coliseum with him singing with us on some of his local hits that he had out, like Bad News and things like that, and that's really almost how I really came in the side door to get into the professional wrestling business.
Which turned out to be a blessing for you.
Oh, man, oh Lord, smile down on old Jimmy Hart, man. He said, we're gonna take care of you. The music business was a little shaky up and down, and we're gonna get you in the wrestling business, and I'll be darned, it was a little shaky up and down.
Right.
But then I had that magic phone call from Vince McMahon, and I said, feet, don't fail me now, baby.
But now, before then, you were a big star in the Mid-South area with, was it USWA? I grew up watching it from NWA.
It was really
USWA.
Memphis Wrestling back then, and then after we left, it became the USWA. But I was here for 5 years, and what happened too, once again, Jerry Lawler's bad luck turned into good luck for me. He was playing touch. I was managing Jerry. I just started managing him about 5 or 6 weeks, and all of a sudden he was playing football on Sunday afternoon. They had asked me to go play, him and Jerry Calhoun and all of them, but I decided not to go. About 3 o'clock, I'm watching a news break on TV, and it said, Jerry Lawler rushed to a Baptist hospital with a broken leg. About that time, Jerry Jarrett called me. Jimmy, were you playing football with Bill Dundee? Did really? I said, no, I wasn't. He goes, good, because we're fixing to put a rocket on you and make you the hottest thing in Memphis till the king comes back. And buddy, they were right. I went on TV that following week, and Lance Russell said, we'd like to bring out Jerry Lawler's manager, his confidant. Jimmy, we know what happened this past week to Jerry the King Lawler, and we'd like for you to shed some light on this. Well, I went in and I said, Jerry who? And right off the bat, the people went, boo!
Yeah.
And I said, Lance, what do you do when a horse breaks